So things that anger us, frustrate us, scare us, like all of those things, I think they're here to inform us as well. Now, acting on it is something a little different because we're going to need to make sure we show up appropriately. But I don't think in and of itself having those feelings. So sometimes people need to sit in it. Like they need it to be maybe frustrated or angry about something. And then we can circle back and have a conversation about like maybe what came up for them or like what was that trigger or how are we bumping up against each other and maybe some better ways in which we can show up differently. So it doesn't always happen. We're laying in that space in the moment. And I had to reconcile and come to peace with that. That like everybody gets where they need to be when they need to be there. And I mean, there are times too where I'm like, nah, right now I'm having a moment and it's my moment to have. And I'm gonna do hard work and I'm gonna chuckle about this. But right now, this my moment. I'm having it. And that's, and then I can circle back around too and go, I can do this a little bit better. But I usually try to say I'm having a moment, like leave me be. Like,
you're a journaler.
Absolutely.
I'm scared of those journals. After I leave this earth, I mean, I do not journal. And I would not want journals to be found from the 7th grade and how I was feeling by somebody else.
But remember that, like, you expressing those things that you can then, there's sacred practices that you can do where you burn some of those things, right?
True.
Like, there's a real strong practice that I have a lot of clients do, and I've done it myself. It's unsent letters. Like a lot of times when you have like unforgiveness or things that it would cause more damage to share some of those things that you're feeling with the person than it would be helpful, but yet it's still inside you. And so I encourage people. I'm like, all of it, everything you thought you want to say, everything in the kitchen sink, throw it all in there. And then on the other side of that, you've gotten that out of you. There's a practice where you can actually honor your feelings and your emotions, and you can burn and release that and let go of whatever that thing was. So it's, it's a forgiveness practice as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It absolutely is.
I will put my windows up in the car and I will have a conversation.
Right, yeah.
I'm sure my neighbors are like, ooh, she must be on the phone.
She gotta be, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll have a full conversation just to get it out.
Yeah.
And work it out and leave. I mean, I'm not in there for 40 minutes.
Yeah, but
I get it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got to process and release. I think that's the biggest thing with emotions, like process them and release them. And I think a lot of times we get stuck. And then they live in our nervous system and then they create some of those, mental health issues that we have, some of the physical issues that we have, because that mind-body connection is real.
And once again, we go back to being addicted to
those hormones and those chemicals that, our body produces to say, this is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And, if you're not actually intentional, mindful, and catching it, like you don't know any different. Like you just know like this, how many times you hear people like, this is just how I am.
Yeah.
And I go, doesn't mean you have to continue to be that way. Like, I mean, I hear you, but you don't have to stay there. Like this, it's a choice. So recognizing that, like, we get to choose our experience, is a powerful, for me, it's empowering, to be honest, to know like, okay, when I really realize that, like, I get to choose my experience. Life is not happening just to me. Like I get to co-create this experience. And that to me, that's like, it's powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a trip because my mother has always been, my whole life I have been her, her focus.
Yeah.
And, so she always worries a lot.
Yeah.
She always has.
Yeah.
She's
that's just what she is.
And now that I've got my own family, I'm like, Ma, like, take care of yourself. You don't have to worry about me. But she's like, but I'm a mother. You can't tell me not to worry. And she's like, you'll understand it. But before I became a parent, she's like, when you're a parent, you'll understand it. And now that now that I am a parent, she's like, well, when you get older, you'll understand it.
Yeah.